Welcome to I Assure You We're Broken, episode 8. This is the Christmas episode, Brandon.
Is it? Oh yeah, I guess it is. It has to be.
Listen, shit happens.
When should I release it?
Christmas Eve?
Okay.
Can we make that happen?
I can make that happen.
Look.
Just don't give me too many edits.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's crazy we're on a spaceship
the new
right
baby, the new baby almost killed Mama. And that would have killed the baby. They both would have died.
Yeah, you text me like in the middle of the night.
Oh, it's bad. It was bad.
And you were like, look at all this blood. Hey, look, Ash looks like a body. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Did I send you the blood?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure who I should send the blood to because a lot of people can't handle it, but I'm like, Brandon will be fine.
Oh, yeah, I've seen way worse.
Yeah, that was just like...
I get nosebleeds about it as bad as that.
Picture that in my house.
Yeah.
In my new car.
Yeah.
And then that was on the hospital floor there.
Did you make her clean it up? You're like, Ashley, what the
obviously.
fuck?
Yeah, whenever I sent it to you and she was all pale and shit, yeah, she was basically dead. Like,
yeah, that's when you made her clean it up.
They had to put a bunch of blood into her. The good news is she's O positive, so they were just like...
why would they give her more blood? She's just spilling the blood that she has.
Yeah. That's true. That's what I said. I'm like, wasteful.
You're like, I'm not paying for that.
So
I didn't ask for that.
So look, they're both healthy and alive, and everything's great. And then and Brandon had a bit of a COVID scare. So
no, I'm immune, dude.
Look, man, everything don't fucking know I'm immune. Listen,
it's not true. I'm just lucky.
Yeah. So there was more COVID in Brandon's life. Anyways, we had planned to record every day for fucking 2 weeks, and we just can't coordinate. We're bad. If I would have been able to come over here, maybe it would have been a different story. Also, the recovery process for Ash, my old lady, has not been the best. She has now not only postpartum, but PTSD from almost fucking dying. So that's cool.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I have PTSD from getting in a lot of car accidents.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a terrible passenger.
Yeah.
Like, if you get too close to the curb, I will grab your steering wheel. Like, I'm like, no. Because I've been in accidents where I was the passenger and I could have done something.
And you didn't.
And I didn't, because I assumed that the driver could see what I could see. And that's not always the case.
Yeah.
And it happened again recently when I started at FedEx.
No shit.
Yeah, I was the passenger while I was training.
And you're like, I can't do anything. I'm in training.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm like, honk your horn. So what happened was we pull up and we're trying to park, and there's a UPS guy at the building that we're at, and there's like loading doors, right? So he's waiting. So like in the delivery driver world, I'm gonna pull back the fucking iron curtain, okay, and give you a glimpse into the fucking hard real world of delivery driving. All right.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right. So you can't pull up to the doors until it's time to pick up your delivery. So this guy is clearly like waiting, but he's like parked on the other side of the parking lot, which is a small lot. It's probably like 50 foot to the door. So he's parked and he's waiting for his time so he can back up to the doors. Well, we don't have to do that because it is our pickup, time. So we fucking beep, kind of whip in beside him and then start backing up. Well, he sees us backing up and he fucking drops it in reverse and starts reversing into us. And he's probably like 3 feet from our fucking bumper. And my trainer is driving, so I can't do anything. And he's just like backing up. And I'm like, the building's coming close. And I'm like, this guy's gonna hit us. And I'm like, dude, honk your horn, dude. He doesn't see you, because I'm looking in that fucking UPS driver's mirror. And he's not looking. He's not in the mirror. He's just, I can see his face in the mirror, and he's not looking at us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honk your horn, dude.
So there was no spite out of this UPS guy. He was just like,
no, he was clearly
another day on the job.
No, because we hit the trash can behind us.
Yeah.
Dented our door. I wasn't driving, but yeah, that's what happened. And the guy fucking has his back doors open, and he like walks to the back after we honked the horn a couple times, and he's like, what? Like he's looks like the mechanic, like the ignorant redneck mechanic, old mechanic character you'd see in like a horror movie, where they just like have like a 5 o'clock shadow and like jowls, and just like that vacant expression. Right. And he just holds his arms up like, what? my trainer Joey. My mic is slowly dipping.
Dope.
You know my trainer Joey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I call him Joey FedEx. That's what he is in my phone.
Dude, that's a great name for him. That should be his online name.
He's like
oh no, maybe not because of lawsuits, but like
yeah, he's like a short fuse kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he fucking rolls down his window and he starts blowing up on this dude.
Not Joey. No, definitely not.
And he's like, dude, what are you doing? And the guy's like, what? What? And he's like, don't fucking tell me you didn't just see us fucking backing up, dude. I know your fucking manager. I won't fucking hesitate to call him, dude. And he's like, do you want me to call at whoever, Jason, right now? Do you want me to call him? And the guy just like walked back to the front of his truck. Didn't say anything. Just walked back to the front of his truck and then kind of like shuffled back to the doors. And Joey was like, no, seriously, make me call him. Seriously. It's like,
hey, look,
holy
man.
shit. So I don't do good in like confrontational situations.
Some people don't want to admit they're being punked out, so they just do weird shit.
Dude, Joey fucking punked that guy out, and he punked me out too. And I was just in the passenger seat. I was just like,
yeah, please don't call his manager.
Dude, I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's like I thought he was about to fucking fight this dude. Like he just like Joey just made like this guy just made us fucking damage the van that we were in. And like I was like Joey like unbuckled his seatbelt. I was like, oh fuck, it's going down, dude. Like he's about to get out and beat the shit out of this guy. And he could have too. That guy compared to Joey was not a fighter.
What an amazing training day that would have been.
Yeah.
And he's like, so if that happens, just do that.
Basically. He's like, the key is just to know the other UPS driver's manager.
He's like, you got time for like 6 months of like jiu-jitsu MMA?
And he's like, that's how you punk somebody out.
A minimum.
Yeah.
A minimum. Honestly, you never stop training.
Yeah. It's training every day. I love you, Joey. I don't know if you listen.
Oh, fuck.
But he's a great guy. I do love Joey. Because that's the kind of guy you want in your corner when shit's going sideways. Because I'm not a confrontational person at all.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's why I was freaking out. Because
I feel that the day that I'm confrontational, you just know I'm either having a bad day or someone has just rubbed me the wrong way so completely that you've gotten the worst out of me, because there's very few people like my very close friends have seen me at my worst, but it's more of a comfort thing. It's like, well, I'm comfortable around you.
Yeah.
Now on the other hand, people that have pushed me to the edge, it takes so much, and everyone who knows me will usually say that. It's like, oh, I can't believe Zach did that. He's usually so chill.
Yeah. I have people like that. I have like 2 people in my life that I've ever just, and it's really just people, because I can get along with anybody except for those like 2 people where it's just like saying like a lot.
Yeah, like is the it's like what do you call it? It's just the additive that works everywhere.
Yeah. The only people that I'm just excited. I'm like amped up from that story because I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And now I don't know.
It's better than anything I'm going to tell here, so.
I've got more. I've been driving by myself a lot, and I've just been thinking about bits. So yeah. I'm gonna burn them all right now.
Let's go for it, man.
I've only had a couple people that immediately I just got off on the wrong foot with, and it was Delbert. Remember Delbert?
Yeah.
Just did not like each other. Could not get along. And that was the only time I was confrontational with somebody.
I mean,
maybe not the only time, but genuinely.
I won't say anything like too bad about them, but there's people like that out there.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to act.
True.
Let's just put it that way.
True.
There's plenty of people like that.
It could be any number of things.
Yeah.
Like home life or upbringing or mental state.
I definitely think it was just like an upbringing thing. Like he didn't have the usual
socialization,
courtesy, mannerisms, social skills that you would expect.
Yeah.
He just, I mean, I never had a problem with the dude, but I didn't necessarily get along with the dude. So
yeah,
I think he liked me, but I was like, I had known him before he even started going to the school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, it was a weird relationship definitely feel where you're coming from. Let's put it that way. It was the social skill thing. I don't think he was a bad dude. I just don't think he knew how to talk to people.
Well, and so. And
it's weird because I remember, like, I didn't know his brother personally, but his brother was like the coolest motherfucker. Apparently, like, other people just thought he was so fucking cool.
So what happened is we both liked Polly, which is weird.
Yeah,
but Polly was cool, I guess, in high school, and I liked her.
Polly was cool as shit, man.
But he was like bugging her because like he didn't have, again, like the social skills to pick up on the cues that she was giving.
Yeah.
And I walked in.
I said Polly was cool as shit. Polly is cool as shit.
I haven't talked to her in a long time.
She got married.
I think I heard. Anyways.
Pretty cool.
So.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Good for you, Polly. I was like, is this guy bothering you? Like, as a joke.
Yeah.
And then like kicked him in the shin as a joke.
Way to go, dude.
He like got up out of his seat and put his forearm like up on my chest and like pushed me into the chalkboard. And God, this is so embarrassing. And Mr. Hurday, I kissed him right on the lips. Mr. Hurday stood up and was like, "Hey, if anybody's gonna be fighting in here, they're gonna be fighting me." And like Delbert sat down and I went, like threw a fit, like, whatever. Like, I'm just like, I look back on that and I go, "Oh man, you fucking."
Good for you, dude.
No, not good for me, because people laughed after that too. So it was like I didn't have any time to like think that like, yeah, I did the right thing there, but like, people went.
Well, who cares what they think, man?
I did at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're all losers now, man.
True, and here we are, most famous podcast
like
in the world.
Yeah, dude, look what we've done with our life.
It's like golf, right? The lower the views, the better.
I know plenty of them. Which, you know what? I don't want to be a total dick, but what are they doing with their life? Oh, they're teachers now. Oh, they manage a Wendy's now. Oh, they're fucking on their third marriage.
They're diddling kids now. It's like, grow up.
Cool, dude. Wow.
Fucking adult.
Yeah, they laughed at you, but they fucking decapitated hookers and buried them in the desert.
Yeah, they did intravenous drugs.
One of them married your sister.
Yeah. No. They're just engaged. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, my God. I fucking forgot about that.
I brought it full circle.
Holy shit. I forgot that my sister married a murderer.
A serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, she should be on that murder mystery makeup Mondays or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy because she made it out alive.
Yeah, that's weird.
She should. I bet she watches Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
Dude,
she should, because it's like it becomes mundane.
That's a crazy story that like we can just tell casually, right?
Right.
And I don't even know the details. I just know like, yeah, crazy dude. I went to high school with, married my best friend's sister,
was soliciting gay prostitutes,
and this fucking weird shit happened.
Yeah.
And
hired a guy to kill her.
There's a whole fucking story there that I can't tell because I don't know it.
Yeah.
We should get your sister on the podcast.
We should, and just have her tell that story.
Yeah.
How about streaming services, man? That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see that transition?
Yeah, we're fucking brilliant.
Money, butter.
Wow.
When's the last time you had cable, Zach? You sound like a salesman.
God, dude, you gonna make me do math?
No, but like a long time ago, right?
Oh, so okay. Almost 3 years since I've had cable, but that was my parents' cable, to be fair.
Yeah.
I never paid for cable.
Yeah. Because why?
Yeah,
Why'd you do that?
I bought my own house and I just do internet because you can do everything you need to on the internet.
True. Well, I have a lot of thoughts about this because I went to stay at a hotel recently and they had cable TV.
Yeah.
And there was nothing on. And then we finally found something. It was like the Hobbit Battle, Desolation of the Five Long Journeys.
Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah, with Bendy Dick Cumbersnatch and Cumbersome Snatch.
Sorry, I'm hitting stuff.
Bendy Dick Cumbersome Snatch.
Yeah.
And there were so many commercials that it was an equivalent amount of airtime is what it felt like. I don't know how long that movie is, but it had like a 4-hour block. And I'm like, this is not a 4-hour long movie. But it's just because of all the advertisements. I might be exaggerating there, but it was literally like a whole episode of Seinfeld worth of advertisements.
I mean, it was probably a good chunk. You're better off watching the YouTube free with ads, because they give you it'll be like 2 ads during the movie, and it's not even like 15 minutes of time.
Yeah.
And you get the whole movie.
Well, and I pay for... So this is my other point. It's like we fucking move away from cable because it clearly sucks ass.
Yeah.
And it's only gotten worse from the last time I watched cable TV. And it's probably because we have DVR and shit now, and they just make the commercials longer, so that way you run out of fucking pause time to fast forward through. By the time you fucking get to the next set of commercials, you're like, that's impossible. That means that there's more, there's so much fucking commercial. And then you go and you're like, oh, Netflix. Do you know Netflix almost sold themselves to Blockbuster?
Oh, God.
And Blockbuster turned them down.
That's crazy.
Too little, too late, right? Because then they were like, "Oh fuck, this is really popular." You remember briefly?
Well, Blockbuster would have fucked it up.
Well, they briefly did it. They did the same service.
Yeah.
They were like, "We'll mail you movies," and everybody was like,
"Blockbuster would have fucked it up because Blockbuster would have been like, we're not going to streaming. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
We have stores.
We have brick and mortar.
We'll send you the movies."
Yeah. No, see, wrong.
Yeah.
But then Netflix, $10 a month. $10 a month.
When's the last time you used a Redbox? Are those still a thing?
They are.
I haven't seen one in forever.
I've used the Redbox semi recently, but those are going to be the next to go. Oh yeah.
I like them. I like Redboxes. It's convenient. It's cheaper to rent from Redbox than from like YouTube, which is YouTube's probably my second favorite renting service.
Or Google or Prime.
YouTube's just so convenient.
Well, that was the thing, right?
And they do, like, the streaming is very high quality, so I've never had an issue with YouTube.
And it's fast. Like, it doesn't take up a lot of data.
There's like...
So whatever their compression is, it still looks nice, but it also is not expensive. There's no fucking
buffering. It looks great, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to stream, like, a brand new movie. Then
in
it's...
4K, yeah.
Yeah,
but that's, 4K, you're going to be fucked over anyways. But but that's the thing, right?
FX. I did watch some FX tonight because I went over to my parents' house to pick up the kids. They were watching The Simpsons, and FX, the screen was fucking shaking as if whatever they were streaming on, whatever they were sending this out on,
was shaking, was vibrating.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, because there's no quality control anymore because nobody works in fucking traditional broadcast media.
And there's no excuse for it. Like
no.
That
means like somebody's like asleep at the wheel over at FX.
There's something I've noticed with like newer TVs. I think we might have discussed it like off camera or maybe on a different medium. Is like when the TVs enhance frame rates or these cable services offer these like enhanced frame rates. Those shows aren't shot for that.
Oh yeah.
So the shows looks like there's a motion blur.
Yeah.
There's a natural motion blur, and then there's this artificial motion blur, which it's like they're adding frames.
Yeah.
So it looks like in a way it's sped up, but it's not.
Well, what they're doing is they're rendering the same frame twice and then speeding it up to 120 hertz. So it looks very fluid.
No, it looks horrible is what it...
Well, I remember the first time I saw it, it was like in the electronics section of a retail store, and it was Iron Man. The first Iron Man had just come out on Blu-ray, and it was on like one of those 120 hertz TVs, and I was like, I can see Robert Downey Jr.'s lipstick. Like, I don't know, like, I could see like the makeup lines from the makeup department, like where like the two tones of skin, and... he was moving so fluidly. I was like, this is like Uncanny Valley. Like, I feel like I'm watching a stage play, but Robert Downey Jr.'s head is like 40 foot tall.
It doesn't look natural. And I noticed it for the first time on my sister's TV. We were over chilling at her house and she just had some cable on and it just looks so bad. And it was like, I think they were watching That 70s Show at the time. And I'm a huge That 70s Show fan. Seen it, own it. I own most of That 70s Show. And I'm watching it and they're like, they almost look like 3D images on the screen moving against the background, and then everything is unnaturally blurring. It was as if they took the show and they were like, let's throw some weird CG render on top of it. It's like they threw a filter on top of the show.
Yeah.
It looked so bad. And I'm watching it. It's like hurting my eyes. It's making me sick. Like, I'm like, there's something fucking wrong here, dude.
Yeah. You can shut it off too. Like, all you have to do is pick a different picture mode.
Dude, if that was my TV...
It would never be on that mode.
Yeah, and I couldn't turn that mode off. It would have gone right back to the store. And if they would have turned me down, I would have put on like a fucking WWE hardcore match right there in the middle of the store. Like, I don't want this fucking TV.
Yeah, and then choke slammed the Walmart.
No, suplex the clerk onto it.
Yeah.
To teach her a lesson.
Right.
Because she's a dumb bitch for not returning the TV.
Yes.
And probably she's overweight, but I'm not judging any Walmart employees.
Well, Zach,
especially not any female Walmart employees.
do I have a special statistic for you?
I have a special statistic for you.
71% of people in America over the age of 20 are overweight.
That's great. So that makes me sound like not a bad person. Awesome. Yeah. Next subject.
Like there's like a 3 out of 4 people are going to be a big dumb fat bitch that works at Walmart.
Yeah.
Is an American statistic for you.
Yeah. And I could totally suplex them over the counter.
Yeah, because Zach's been training with that specific exercise.
I am fucking jacked right now.
He just goes into Walmart and finds the nearest dumb bitch retail worker, fat whore, cunt,
Brandon,
slut. Yeah.
Tell me I don't look good. Maybe a little bloated, but good.
Yeah, your pecs are coming in nice. Your arms look good.
Do
a little work on the delts and the traps and the lats and the legs and the
arms
calves.
Are great. They're great.
The neck muscles. And
great.
But yeah, you look good, man. Just like tear you down. It's like everything looks good except for everything.
Yeah, it is what it is.
No, I don't have any room to talk. I'm a big fat dumb bitch. So I did lose 20 pounds in a month though. Yeah. You want to ask me my secret?
Just not eating. Was it not eating?
Methamphetamines. Stupid idiot.
Fuck, dude. That was my second guess.
Well, you should have made it your first guess.
No. I don't want to call someone out.
Well, I was asking you. I was going to tell you anyways, but you wanted to play it safe. Listen, I've been listening to Aha. They said it's no better to be safe than sorry, Zach.
Fuck.
Take on me.
Yeah?
Take me on. I'll be gone.
Take on me. It's a real big fish.
Take on me.
Take me on.
Take on me.
I'll be gone.
Take on me.
I don't know the actual words for that. In a day or two.
Yeah. I didn't know, but he just says in a day after that. So the first time he says in a day or two, and then he just says in a day.
Yeah, I think that it's just like a lazy fuck is what I think he is.
It's hard to sing like that.
Walking away. I don't know what's left to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is not my day to remember. Shying away. Sorry.
You'll be coming for my love, okay?
On me. I've been off key this whole time. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. If I could hit that note, cut this out of the podcast.
No, it's
anyways.
Right. That's good. I don't know. I might cut it out.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't tell me what to do, man. I just told you not to give me a bunch of edits. Like half an hour ago.
Yeah. And meanwhile, I'm not the director.
Literally half an hour ago. No, you're co-creator.
Listen, I think co-creator, co-producer, co-director.
Zach.
I think you got to give me the creds.
Yeah, no, you get all the credit. All the credit.
All the credits where it goes.
I'm Scary Brandon. And this is... And this is... Murphy McCready. You gotta say your name.
Seriously?
We didn't do it at the beginning, you piece of shit.
We're on episode 8.
They don't know. What if this is the first episode people have watched?
Hey, what's up? I'm Murphy McCready, and I'm here with my co-host.
Scary Brandon.
Yeah, all right.
I was going to say...
See, I thought you were going to drop the ball there. I thought I was going to introduce myself, and then you weren't going to do it, and it's going to be weird.
Yeah. How embarrassing would that be for
so
you?
Fucking weird.
If I didn't do that,
I know.
You would have been so embarrassed if
God.
I introduced myself and then you didn't, and then you had to explain to me that I needed to introduce myself because people might not know who we are.
Yeah, that's just been stupid. That's it.
That would have been. I'm glad that didn't happen.
To be completely transparent, that's stupid. Brandon, so this is the Christmas episode.
We should talk about Christmas shit.
I got you something for Christmas.
You did, and
what'd you think? I should have waited till right this minute to give it to you.
I know, that would have been amazing because then we could have seen my live reaction. But I did say, Becca was there, she can vouch. I said, "Oh my God, oh that's so thoughtful." Oh, this is exactly what I wanted.
Oh, man, I hope you sounded just like that.
That's what I sounded like. I said, I really wanted to read this book, and I don't have this movie. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that sweet bitch. And then I was like, oh my God, I didn't get him anything. Because I was bragging about it. I was like, you were like, we're not going to do Christmas presents this year. Talking about you and Ash. Yeah. And I was like, you might not be doing Christmas presents, but you're going to get gifts.
We did kind of cheat in that I bought her stuff because like her birthday's the 30th.
Was it all those anonymous gifts?
No, I don't know who. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But I bought her some stuff that was a combination of Christmas and birthday and gave it to her early because they were like books she wanted. And I gave them to her early because she was going to be having the baby before Christmas, regardless of whether it was emergency surgery or a C-section, because we had a C-section scheduled.
Yeah, scheduled or unscheduled, that baby was coming.
Yeah, so I got her some early presents, and then I gave them to her, and she got me some early presents.
That sneaky bitch.
She only got me, originally it was just...
You guys said no presents.
I know, but I'm not going to say what she got me, just in case... like my son's being sneaky and listening to podcasts that he shouldn't be listening to.
Go to bed.
Yeah. But she did get me something. And then she snuck another gift in the other day whenever she was doing the last of the Christmas shopping. And she got me an amiibo, which I collect amiibo. And
what's that one that you got me that's the Bloodborne character? It's not an amiibo.
That's a Totaku. It's like they're
I know that meant a lot for you to give that to me.
Yeah.
Because you do like figurines. But I do love Bloodborne. Yeah,
I thought about giving you my Artorias Dark Souls figure too.
Yeah.
You know, good old Artorias, the wolf.
Yeah. Artorias of the Abyss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boy.
My boy.
Yeah, I got one of them, yeah. Thought about giving them to you, but I think Eric gave them to me, so I don't know if that...
Yeah, re-gift.
That might be weird if I...
See, because I'm sorry, what amiibo did she get you? I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, so I have a lot of complete amiibo collections. I don't have all of the amiibo, but one of the things is a complete Zelda amiibo collection.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then
like
they released
Zelda, Mario.
They released a new fucking Zelda amiibo.
Sure.
It was Zelda with a Loftwing bird, and I did not have it. So
right, well, it's new.
She got it for me. So anyways, let's just put it this way.
She's a thoughtful lady.
Ash and I got each other small Christmas gifts, but we're not actually going to have anything on Christmas.
You guys are just a thoughtful pair, aren't you?
Let's just put it that way. But yeah, you were like, "Oh, I'm going to get you something." Well, I
gave him Red Dead Redemption 2 for PlayStation.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that. I'm going to play it.
It's a good game. I know you didn't have it.
As soon as I finish Dark Souls, I'm going to be all about the fucking cowboy life.
Yeah, dude, it's a great game. We should play more on the channel. But I don't know what else there is to explore there.
We should explore some Dark Souls shenanigans on the channel. I'm not going to do anything original, okay? But I think it's really funny to exploit the game.
Yeah.
And I've found particular enemies that's just like, it's so easy to choreograph making them walk off a ledge. You don't even have to try.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to fight these guys. So all you have to do is walk up to them, run back to the ladder, walk over on the ledge. They'll follow you and just walk right off the edge. And it's like,
yeah,
you can do it every time.
Yeah.
Or there's a grinding spot where you lure 4 guys and you hide behind a staircase and they all run up the staircase and just one by one jump off the ledge. It's the funniest shit ever. I did record some footage for that. So I do have some minor footage for...
Well, you can send it over and I'll put it in, or maybe we can use it later.
Yeah, so I like the series, maybe like I was thinking like prank Souls was like really funny. It's just like
finding different ways to
just play the game wrong.
Yeah.
Just
I had an idea that we would
there's even bosses you can trick into doing a almost a spam. They'll get stuck in a loop. They'll do kind of like a spam mechanic, but they'll be trapped. So you can just keep, like, for example, hitting them with a bow and arrow, and they'll just be stuck in this loop, and they can't do anything about it.
We used to break the game, me and Eric, so severely, like from the get-go. We would just like dupe items onto like really low-level characters. So we'd get like this really high-level item that took a lot of shit to do to get, but it didn't have very high stat requirements. So you could be like soul level 1 and use it, and it was a super jacked up weapon.
Yeah.
And we would fucking twink out these characters basically and get like the dark wood grain ring, so we'd be doing flips and shit, and then we'd just start invading people.
Yeah.
And we would just overwhelm them because we would take like a rapier, which has like a double stab for its forward running power attack, and you can do a moveset swap on that super overpowered, I think it's like a giant's hammer or something. It's the guy who does the anvil work in Orlando.
Yeah.
You know, the giant blacksmith. Yeah. You guys can't see it, but I'm imitating that I have a little tiny hammer and that I'm hammering a tiny sword with it.
Right.
Because he's a giant, because I'm a giant, because that's what I'm imitating. And we would just go in and wreck shop, but yeah, moveset swaps were fun. Now you can't do that shit anymore. They have a whole bunch of different exploits on the remastered version, though.
Yeah, the remastered had the soul duplication, but every time I've tried to do it, it doesn't work.
It's super frame precise shit now.
And they could have, to be fair, they could have patched it out, but
maybe.
I've been pretty successful in my grinding spots. I have a lot of work to go. I mean, I'm basically just making a strength build. I'm essentially, if you're going off of my armor and my weapons, it's just a tank strength build. And I did have a lot of trouble with the Ornstein and Smo, but I figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
I wanted to kill Ornstein last because you get the Leo ring, but
he's really hard.
It basically came down to I could easily kill Ornstein in phase 1.
Yeah.
And then phase 2, Super Smo, I almost killed him with the bow and arrow method because you can, both of them in phase 2, you can get them stuck in a loop.
Super Saiyan Smo.
Yeah, so I almost killed him with a bow, and I went back to just tanking him because even his strongest hammer attack, I can just block with my fucking shield. So it came down to... It makes sense. It came down to he would swing on me, and I would get inside of his like hit range, you know? So I'd be inside that, and I'd just swing out until my stamina was gone. He would jump away, and then I'd just start running, and then I would repeat that process with it. Just essentially just started hold up my shield, and he's gonna fuck up. And I did record the end of that fight too, so I have.
It's a good one. It's a good one for your first win to have saved.
And it took me. This was my second day of trying, and I'm gonna say.
Isn't that great?
Well, I'm gonna say it took me.
It's like a puzzle game.
It's at least it at least took me.
That's why I love Dark Souls.
I'm gonna say at least it took me 12 tries.
See, that's when I get bored with FromSoft games.
Yeah.
Because there comes a point where you one-shot everything. Like Udix Gundar, I will go in...
Well, up until this point, I had...
just been one-shotting boss. Not one-shotting, but like one try.
I had leveled my character so much, and my gear was just so ridiculous that, yeah, literally up until that boss, like the giants, I'm two-hitting the fucking giants.
Because you're just tanking through everything.
Yeah, the gargoyles, I was two-hitting the fucking gargoyles.
Which makes sense for your first playthrough that would be the build to go, because it's going to be easier for you to learn everybody's moves and stuff.
Well, and the like Silver Knights, Black Knights, I'm two-hitting them. And then I get to the fucking... I get to Ornstein and Smo, and they fucking wreck me. It was a maximum of 15 tries, but I want to say that it took me about 12 tries, and it took me 2 days because... Yeah, definitely. Like, it's pretty tedious to run back to them, even if you're the closest fucking bonfire.
Well, that's why a lot of people on like their 89th playthrough will just be naked fucks with a stick.
Yeah,
because it's so much faster. Like all your animations are affected by your equip load.
Yeah,
so you'll fat roll, you'll do all that, which is a totally viable.
I definitely stripped down a few times to run back.
Yeah, I mean it's all viable. Like. It just depends on what you want to do and how you want to play. That's the only problem I have with Sekiro, which is also one of its greatest strengths, is that you're just locked into that play style, like that play, which is not necessarily true because there are different ways to play it. Like you can use your ninja tools more, or your shinobi prosthetic tools. I mean, You can use like the candies in different ways, or you can just go in there with your sword and fucking hit the people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I got bored with Sekiro, is like after my 5th time beating it in a row, you just learn all the guys' moves. Does it remind you?
I want to play Sekiro.
It's really fun. It's hard. It's fucking hard. But once you get it, it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
Does it remind you? Do From Software games remind you of older like NES or SNES games where you have to like learn the patterns of the boss enemies or enemies in the level design, stuff like that, and then you kind of are able to beat it easier each time you play it because you know the patterns.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the more evolved version of that, because
definitely it's a 3D space.
With Dark Souls, I mean, you can just play it however you want.
That, and depending on how you play it, which Sekiro is the same way, I found out, but you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing it one way, you never try to play it any other way. Like Genichiro is one of the first bosses, and he would beat me every single time.
Genichiro?
Genichiro. I love you, Super Mega. Have us on your podcast. Yeah, if you play timidly, he'll come in and fuck your shit up. But if you play super aggressively, then he'll play defensively, and you just kick the shit out of him. So that's the strategy for me every time I go in there. I just start fucking. I'm like Anakin, or Luke beating down Darth Vader with the fucking sword because you're just so aggressive, and he's just like, my hand.
I mean, if you watch me play Dark Souls, essentially I'm using, since it's my first playthrough and I have not, I've been upgrading shit, but I have the Dragon's Great Axe, and I've upgraded it twice, and for the first playthrough, the dragon weapons are pretty viable. Now, New Game Plus, I'm going to have to rethink my strategy here. But I'm using that, and I'm using all the Havel gear, and then I've got Havel's ring, and then I'm switching out between like the wolf ring, and there's a ring that gives me increased protection against physical attacks.
The steel protection ring.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like, I'm switching it up a little bit. But I'm using the Dragon's Great Axe, upgraded twice. It's like 452 damage.
Jesus.
And I'm one-handing it. So I've got Havel's Great Shield in one hand, and I'm one-handing the Dragon's Great Axe. And I'm two-hitting, if not one-hitting everything. It's
not the Dragon's Tooth, is it?
No. But I do have, that's Havel's weapon.
Right.
But the Dragon's...
That's what I was wondering.
It's the Dragon's Great Axe plus 2 is like 452 damage.
Dragon's Great Axe.
And then you can two-hand it and do even more damage.
Where do you get the Dragon's Great Axe at?
You have to cut off the gaping dragon's tail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you have to cut off that tail. But it's one of the best.
I love that mechanic.
It's one of the best weapons in the game. What I would say, it's one of the best, like,
because you had the Drake sword for a while. Did you shoot off the
Drake sword is great for early game.
Yeah, it's like 200 damage base stats off the. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's great for early game. The Dragon's Great Axe can be augmented too. So arguably,
it's the better of the two.
It is one. It's the best dragon weapon in the game. Hands down, it's the best dragon weapon in the game. It can be augmented. It can be upgraded. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, the dragon weapons though aren't viable because, like, for example, the durability degrades faster,
just keep repair powder,
or they can't." Well, that's only if you use the special ability of the Dragon Great Axe. You'll like slam the ground and do an AOE kind of effect, and it burns 50 durability every time you do it.
Jesus Christ! How much durability does it have? Like 200?
Right now, like 400.
Oh, that's
like upgraded twice. But again, it basically makes it so you never want to use it because.
Just start carrying repair powder around.
Well,
I think you can stack what, like.
Yeah, but you can burn. The point is you just burn through the durability so quick. It's almost like. And you're two-shotting people anyways. You don't need to use it.
It is one of those games where,
but a lot of
learning
people,
the menus is a huge benefit.
A lot of people are salty about those dragon weapons, though.
Well, but it's because to make them viable, you have to get really good at like navigating your menus and knowing where everything is. Because I don't know if you've ever watched any videos, and this probably playing it has given you a greater appreciation if you've seen any of them, where people are doing things where they're like going into their menu quickly and it just looks like a flurry of button inputs and they're just doing something and you go, I couldn't even see what you just did. You were in the menus and out so fast. I definitely don't
play like that, man. I just got to New Londo and I drained.
It's viable.
I drained the fucking water out of New Londo.
Yeah.
And experience like whatever they're called, like the dark wraiths for the first time, I'm like, fuck these guys, dude.
Stealing all your soft humanity.
Well, I was killing them like bitches, right? And then I was looking like, apparently there's no bonfire there, but I was just kind of aimlessly wandering.
Yeah, because it's over in the dark root garden or basin.
I was aimlessly wandering like hoping to find a bonfire, and ran into like 3 of them at once, and they just fucked me from every angle. But one-on-one, they don't stand a chance against me.
I think the Dark Root Basin is probably going to be your closest bonfire, because then you just go over the Drake Bridge, or the Valley of the Drakes Bridge into New Londo. It's
definitely the
Firelink Shrine.
It's definitely I've been warping to the Firelink Shrine, but it's a bit of a walk, and I've been thinking of going through the Valley of Drakes to sing if there's a closer bonfire.
The base. Have you been to have you killed the Silver Knight that's over there? So you know where the Hydra is, where Havel is? If you go backwards towards that mountain path, there's that underground passage.
That actually doesn't bring me any closer, because
it's about the same distance from the Firelink Shrine.
Because if you go down the Firelink Shrine there, that elevator is right next to that other elevator you're talking about. Do
you have to use the elevator to get down to the valley? I guess you do, don't you, to get down to the Valley of the Drakes?
The bonfire you're thinking of, there's an elevator
down
and
to the
it
Valley
literally...
of the Drakes.
Yeah, it takes you to like, if I'm not mistaken, it takes you to like right next to it.
Yeah, right next to the bridge to get into New Londo, which is where you drain the water from.
Yeah, I think it's the same distance, but I could be wrong.
Well, and the good thing is you don't have to be in New Londo for very long. Literally, the only reason you're in there is to fucking go kill the 4 kings.
Yeah, and that's literally all I'm trying to do, and it's like basically I had finally figured out how to kill the ghost, drain the water. Was doing fine, and then got fucked in the ass by 3 of the dark wraiths, and now I just shut off the game, because this is right after my Ornstein and Smo, like...
Yeah, you're riding a high, and then you immediately get fucking ganked by a group of normal enemies.
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't fair. Yeah, that's Dark Souls.
And it's one of those things, I'm literally at the point in the game, like, I've already killed Sif, so I can literally go, like, on 5 different fucking paths right now, and I'm choosing the New Londo path. And I could be doing things easy. Like I could be going to the fucking
it's the shortest.
I could do the
Tomb of the Giants.
I could do the fucking hell path where it's like all the fire demons and shit.
The Tomb of the Giants, the Bed of Chaos, Archdrake, or what the fuck is that called? The Archives.
It's Archives.
Yeah, the Duke's Archives or something like that.
Duke's Archives. Yeah. I just remembered how we got on this topic is because I was talking about Christmas gifts, and then you said you got me Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm like, I've been playing Dark Souls. I've seriously been sitting here going, why the fuck are we talking about Dark Souls,
it's
man?
Awesome.
It is awesome. And
I knew you didn't.
I never played Dark Souls before, man. I started with Dark Souls 3,
which is a great game. Not a bad game.
I love
at all.
Dark Souls 3, man.
I haven't played Dark Souls 2 very much.
Honestly, playing this is like, I can't wait to go back to Dark Souls 3.
It's so much easier.
And play through it again and then do the DLC. Well, the cool thing about
I still haven't played the DLC. We could just do the DLC for the channel.
Dark Souls 3, I fucking summoned in people to help me with every boss past like the 5th boss, I feel like.
Have you not been summoning in this game?
No. It's just been me, man.
You know what we're drinking Sam Adams Holiday White Ale. Citrusy and hazy. Just in case anybody wants to sponsor us, I don't know. Samuel. You know what that reminds me of?
What?
A mead.
You think?
Like an elderberry mead. It's
Okay.
the notes I'm getting.
It does have some very, very sweet, almost honey with some fruit in there.
Yeah, very desserty.
Very seasonal. I'm surprised because normally I try to get you to try these beers and you're like, oh, those suck.
It's true. I didn't like the Oktober Fest.
What's crazy is because I'll be drinking something and be like, oh yeah, it's good. And you're like, oh, this sucks. And then I just realize the divide
between our palates.
in our palates, because I'm like, I will drink a beer and 9 times out of 10 go, oh, that's good.
Because it's beer.
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, it has to taste a certain way.
Well, what's crazy too is I can't honestly tell a lot of differences between beers. So it's really funny when you're like, "Oh, that sucks." I'm like,
we taste exactly like this one.
It's like it barely doesn't taste like Bud Light. How does this? How does this suck? Like,
yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
But
no,
no,
I just have a more refined palate than you.
Look, man, I'm excited to go back to Dark Souls 3 and solo the bosses for once because
that's good.
I mean I get it now. I've been soloing all these fucking bosses. I did bring in the there is an invader, there's an NPC invader you can kill. She's got the butcher's knife. It's the big ass sword.
Maneater Mildred.
I did summon Maneater Mildred for the Quelaag fight.
Yeah.
But that's because she's an absolute fucking tank in that fight. She's the only one that I brought in, though, to do my dirty work. And to be fair, I was pretty fucking beast for that fight, too. I would just let her do the aggro, and so that way I could go up and hit Quelaag without really risking anything.
Sure. So you should play a pyromancy build. Or a magic build, or a miracle build.
That's what my buddy wanted me to do.
Maybe not a faith build.
But here's the thing.
Faith builds are not viable. That's right. I said it. Come at me.
I work with a guy that's Dark Souls happens to be his favorite game. So bringing it up to him.
That's such a cop-out.
Well, I get an earful. So he's got to tell me how to play the game, right?
Yeah.
And he wanted me to do a pyromancy build.
It's a little more advanced.
But I mean, my whole thing was like, yeah, that sounds really fun. But I kind of want to do the game my way. Like the first time, my first playthrough, you got to experiment. And basically a viable strength build, it's just literally put all your points into strength, endurance, and vitality.
It's easy.
That's it. You don't have to think about anything else. And right now I'm sitting on 30 vitality, 40 endurance, 50 strength, and I'm pretty fucking OP.
I'm going to say something that's going to make me sound gay, but you should put some points in dexterity.
Yeah.
Maybe it depends on which weapon you have.
It doesn't benefit me at all, though, for the dexterity right now.
Well,
I have 14 dexterity.
It maybe not right now, but you'll swing faster with dexterity. So some of the stats have different hidden effects. So when you do a caster build, it's actually good to put points into dexterity, even though you don't actually have any immediate direct benefit from it. Yeah. But once you get up to like 30, then your cast rate will be like 1.5 times faster than if you just had base stat dexterity.
Well, I mean, maybe once my vitality's maxed, essentially. There's no, like, because I'm thinking like, I was reading online to go to like 40 to 50 in vitality. So I was thinking either
40 would be fine.
I was thinking 40, 45 for vitality, somewhere in there.
I would cap it at 40 because
the only reason I want to go up in the endurance is the equip load, because I honestly, you don't gain any more stamina past 40.
I would say 35 to cap your because, well, that's only if you're trying to stick to the meta. If you're trying to stick to the meta for PvP, then put your points in accordingly. But if you don't give a shit,
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna PvP at all.
Then put it however you want to. Because I would say to keep it within the balance, you would only do 35 vitality if you're trying to put more into endurance. Because the diminishing returns that you're going to get are not going to be worth...
Well, that's the thing, though, is I don't get any...
Because it's going to come up to a point where you're not getting 2 equip load percentage points. You're going to get 1.
Yeah,
and then it's going to be
I was going to say, I'm not getting
0.5.
any more stamina. I'm only getting equip load.
Yeah, and then it's only going to go up every 2 levels.
Well, that's the thing, is the basically for the gear that I'm using, I'm going to need like 60 in endurance. And it's
for like a medium roll?
It's ridiculous.
That's the thing. They're really fucking smart in how they balance their system. It's like you can't put points into all this shit, but it's mostly for the PvP, which is like in-game stuff. Because once you've beaten everybody, you're just gonna go new game plus.
To be fair though, like the max level is pretty. I mean, it's pretty high, so you can do some crazy stat builds. I mean, you don't.
Yeah. Especially if you're just sticking to PvE. But what I mean is, like, when you get those diminishing returns, it's like there is a ceiling cap. And like the only benefit that you're going to get from putting more points
Yeah,
into
like
a
I'm
certain
absolutely
skill,
never going to put anything more into strength at this point. Like I've got 50 strength. I could have stopped at 40.
right? But like, say if you find like an S rank strength weapon, like the bonus damage for that attribute modifier is going to be insane if you have like 99 strength.
Yeah, and the best strength weapon I'm using right now is the serpent, like the man serpent great sword, and it's only a B.
Yeah,
rank.
I wouldn't use that. Don't use that.
Oh, the reason it's good though is so you can keep upgrading it, right, and it's got a crazy move set. Like
that is true. See, it's such a once you really get into it, it's such a complex game because there's so many different.
Yeah, the thing about the move set too is like when you're swinging that fucking weapon. I mean, it's the whip around. You're literally hitting from both sides with that sword.
Yeah.
There's a reason a lot of people like that weapon, man.
There's one that's in the DLC that's like the fucking what is it called? Like the twin leaf glaive or something like that, and it's like literally like a two side double sword. What do you call it? Like a Darth Maul fucking sword.
Dual bladed lightsaber.
Like. Yeah. And it just has some crazy fucking moves. God, yeah. Like the spears in that game, it's the only weapon that you can use while also using your shield. There's just so much depth to the combat system. That's why people love Dark Souls. It's not just the difficulty, it's how you interact with the environment.
So like the butcher's knife is pretty popular. It's only a B rank strength item too, if I'm not mistaken.
Does it have the sharpening? Because I remember in Dark Souls 3 it had the alts attack did like a damage boost. I
don't think so.
It's just I think that was a Dark Souls 3 thing. It's just
a really it's a really good weapon. It's mostly for
Does it have that slam move where you grab both sides of the blade and slam it down? Is that maybe it's alt and two-hand?
I don't know.
And that's the other thing. It depends on if you're one-handing or two-handing certain weapons. It's like a B-rank
strength weapon. It's another weapon that's like, it's got a cool move set, you know?
I'm trying to think of probably...
The Man Serpent Greatsword is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the great swords are probably going to be your best bet for strength, but they can benefit from dexterity because of that.
Right now I have a +5 Man Serpent Greatsword that I switch off to when I need a faster attack because
the speed of the great axe is slower.
So the great axe does like 450 damage. My +5 Man Serpent Greatsword does like 300 something damage.
But you can swing it faster.
I can swing it faster.
So you technically are doing more DPS.
I can swing it slightly faster.
Right. That's the thing. It's a really well balanced game. That's all you can really say.
And the only reason I'm honestly using it again is for the cool move set, because when you turn around with that sword, I still hit from both sides.
Yeah.
The original side that I swung from, I can start the swing facing you, then turn around and I will hit both you and whatever's behind me.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool. There's not a lot of weapons that do that.
Yeah, and there are mostly great swords that do it. Can you change direction while you're attacking?
Yeah.
In dark. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
That's what I'm talking about. I can be aiming at you, like I won't be targeting you.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm facing towards you, I can swing my sword and then toggle my stick like backwards, and I will turn around and hit you and the person behind me.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember.
And I can use that if you try to roll through me.
Right.
So if I'm swinging at you and you roll and I turn,
you can catch the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's a beautiful, because it's so slow. Most people can roll through it.
Dude, we sound like fucking
Dark Souls nerds,
man.
It's a great awesome game. It's a great game.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go back to 3 and solo bosses. Let's put it that.
Well, we're coming up at the end of our hour here, folks. We got about five minutes
left.
The
whole podcast was just Dark Souls.
We could probably do another podcast just about Dark Souls. What do you guys think about face cam? Should we do face cam for the podcast?
Dude, I hope not, because I'd have to get pretty real quick.
You're always pretty. You're beautiful.
No.
You were just talking about how in shape you are.
Yeah, but not my face.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, but now they're gonna see I'm lying.
Shit, fuck.
What are you talking about? You can't exercise your face. You look great.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you can primp it, I guess, but
I'll exercise it right now.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna suck my dick, huh?
No.
Hey, you want to end with the Norm Macdonald joke?
Yeah, like what?
I wrote a book, and I talk about how I'm a deeply closeted gay man.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
You wanna ask me about that?
What's it called?
It's called Norm Macdonald, a book. You want to ask me about the contents?
What is it about?
It's it's not about me being a gay man, that's for sure.
Oh fuck.
He's got a bit that he's like,
Billy, I just thought of the funniest thing.
he's got a bit where he's like, yeah, I talk about how I'm a deeply closeted gay man in my book, and Conan O'Brien's like, did you say you're a gay man? He's like, what? No. I said I'm deeply closeted. Do you know what that means? It's like, yeah, it's whenever somebody's gay but they don't want to admit it. And he's like, exactly, I'm not gay. I don't know what you're talking about. I like women.
Fuck. I haven't seen that.
That's a good one. He's a fucking funny guy,
Norm
dude.
Macdonald.
He was underexposed, you know?
Great guy.
R.I.P.
Miss you, Norm.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Shit.
I've been working on my impression and everything.
You know what? We got a little bit of time left on the podcast. Let's extend this. What are some of your Christmas plans, Brendan? Go.
I'm just gonna spend time with family. I'm actually off on Christmas Day, so I'll probably have a drink. And
I'm considering asking for more time off of work just because of the circumstances that I'm under. I'm thinking about another week maybe.
Yeah,
I can't necessarily afford it, but the worst my boss can tell me is no. So
true. You could always get on, welfare.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a lot of things to get some money.
Yeah, you got like 16 kids.
Yeah, with various women.
So you just.
So what happens when you live the vicarious life I do? You've been watching Christmas movies? You've been fulfilling that promise?
I am going to watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey film.
We just watched that last night.
I've been working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And I have no social life.
My goal for tonight, well, maybe not tonight, but tonight or tomorrow, there's a movie out with Neil Patrick Harris. It's called 8-Bit Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's about in the 80s when the Nintendo came out and it was like so hard to get. It's like these kids are trying to get their hands on a Nintendo through various methods, sweepstakes, prizes, whatever.
Sure.
Looks like a cute little Christmas movie. So as a first time watch,
he's
telling his daughter about when he was a kid. So it's him telling it and then it flashes back to a kid playing him.
Is he a gay little boy in the movie?
I mean, he's not real life Neil Patrick Harris.
Because Neil Patrick Harris is gay.
Yeah, he's not. Okay, he's not real.
So was he a deeply closeted gay boy?
Moving on. Also, I have not recently watched Christmas Chronicles. So I have some goals for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Leading up to Christmas, I gotta watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I honestly don't think it's like an amazing movie. At this point, it's just a tradition.
Well, fuck you.
It's just a fun movie.
Yeah, you suck.
I'll
You're
watch
a cocksucker.
that. I'm gonna watch Christmas Chronicles. I'm gonna try to get 8-Bit Christmas in tonight or tomorrow.
When you decide to watch Christmas Chronicles, you should invite us over because Becca and I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No. Well, I showed it to her and she seemed interested, and I was interested. But again, like I said, I work 6 days a week.
Skip the second one.
That's what I said because she was like, "Oh, there's 2 of them." I was like, "No. Zach said don't watch that one." So I come home.
What are you guys doing for Christmas Eve? Like,
I'm working, dog.
Fuck.
I know. It sucks. That's what I'm saying. Like I work all day. I come home. I fuck my wife. I eat dinner. I shower maybe, and I go to bed.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll masturbate. I don't know. Or watch YouTube videos and just get like drink a fifth of whiskey or gin until I pass out on the floor and tear.
Normal shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to illustrate the point that I don't have time to do anything else other than wallow in my own self-pity.
Yeah. So what you're saying is I should just like repeatedly invite you to watch Christmas Chronicles and then
until the off chance that I am available.
And then you're like, yeah, I'll be there, and then we'll watch it.
Yeah.
All right. But I tell you what, I'll give you until like Christmas Eve night, and if you're still turning me down, I'm just gonna fucking watch it without you. But you guys should watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to postpone it, but I understand that you have other Christmas movies to watch.
Well, I'd love to watch it with you because Kurt Russell. But
Kurt Russell.
I will say, my main goals for like Christmas Eve Christmas movies are honestly just like Home Alone, Jingle All the Way. Well, Home Alone 1 and 2, Jingle All the Way. I watched Elf last night, right after The Grinch.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We watched the original, like Dr. Seuss's Grinch, and then we watched Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
It's funny because we've done basically like a complete 180 on what our schedules were before, where I was unemployed for many weeks, and now you're not unemployed, but you're not working, and I'm working all the time.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
It's weird how we were more productive whenever I was unemployed, and now that you're...
Well, to be fair, that you had some COVID issues in your life, so I couldn't even come over here.
That is true.
And coordinating online was way harder than we thought because my sleep schedule's just been fucked. I'm literally up and down constantly.
Yeah, Zach's on that Albert Einstein 15-minute naps every 3 hours.
You'd be like,
sleep schedule.
Be like, yo, dude, let's record. And I'm like, sorry, dude, I passed out.
Sorry, man, it's tomorrow. By the time you get back to me.
Well, it's for real. It'd be like, you'd be hitting me up and it's like 7 p.m. and I'm like, I went to sleep because I didn't fucking sleep.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've been up since 4 a.m.
Dude, I would have loved to record it yesterday. We should have really just
powered through.
We really should have.
I was
gone
also
for it.
super tired. I don't know what was wrong with me.
Well, you were hitting me up and I was getting the baby to bed.
Because
the baby. I say they're both babies. I was getting Chunk to bed.
Yeah.
So you hit me up and I was like, dude, we fucking need to. And I was getting him to bed. And honestly, at the end of it, I was like, fuck this, man. I'm done.
I was listening to motivational speeches for like 3 hours yesterday. And the only thing I wanted to do, because it's like, did you lose your job? Did you quit going to the gym? Did your wife leave you? Did your kids die? And I'm like, no, I just want to record YouTube videos with my friend. That's the only thing I could think of. Are you not making enough money? Can you not get up and go to work in the morning? I'm like, no, I'm doing all those things, I guess. Like, I just want to hang out with my buddy. Is that...
You having trouble finding a Turbo Man doll for your boy?
Is your dick not long enough? Can you not please your woman sexually? Do you hate the car you drive?
Is Joe Pesci trying to break into your house and you're having to defend yourself with pots and pans?
And I'm just like, I just want to... Is there one that says, can record video...
Did you just find out in your 30th year of life that you're not really an elf and your dad lives in New York and works at the Empire State Building?
Siri, hey Siri, can you find me a different motivational video about not being able to hang out with your friends?
Oh, fuck.
Are you a green man with fur and you want to steal Christmas from the little children in Whoville? Do you live in a snowflake?
Dude, my kid was watching The Grinch, Halen, and he goes, dude, honestly, The Grinch just reminds me of The Mask. And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's the same actor.
It's Jim Carrey.
he's like, what? I'm like, dude, it's the same guy.
To be fair, I mean,
and he's like, who's Jim Carrey? I'm like, I just started naming off.
You're like Robotnik.
I was like, he was Robotnik and Sonic. I was like, do you remember Ace Ventura?
Oh my
and he's like,
God.
what's Ace Ventura? And then I proceeded to bend over and spread my ass and go,
can I ask you a few questions?
And he's like, oh, that guy. He's like, what were those movies called? And I'm like, I just told you.
I'm like, look up his IMDb.
I was like, Ace Ventura. And
that's funny. That's like, who's Mike Myers?
Well, it's
He's the Cat in the Hat.
It was so funny because I was like, well, of course he recognizes that they're both green, the Grinch and the Mask. Yeah. And they do have a lot of the same. Jim Carrey just does Jim Carrey in every movie.
It's true.
He's like, the Grinch. I'm going to roll out of my R's.
Yeah.
And it's just every fucking role he's in, he eventually the Jim Carrey comes out.
Sure.
Very strong.
Sure.
But yeah, Isn't it interesting, though, that they got the Grinch so right and they got the Cat in the Hat so fucking wrong?
Yeah, it is.
Nobody's sitting there going, how great was Cat in the Hat?
Yeah, that's why Mike Myers' career ended. I guess that and The Love Guru.
The Love Guru was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, but they were building the box whenever Cat in the Hat came out.
Honestly, all he needs to do to resurrect is the...
Wayne's World 3?
Well, I would argue he needs to do Wayne's World and Austin Powers.
Austin Powers 4, baby.
Everyone would show up for both. And we've
yeah, I'm going to show up for Matrix.
Hey, they proved it with the Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
What was the last movie called?
3. I don't know.
Bill and Ted.
I didn't see it.
Bill and Ted. I think it was called like "Fuck Yeah, Joe Biden."
Bill and Ted's geriatric. Fuck yeah, excellent adventure. Fuck.
Corn Pop. He was. How many times are we gonna use that one?
That's our yes, Daddy like.
Corn Pop. He was a bad dude.
And Cambuju O'Malley.
Cambuju.
That's not a real name, Joe.
Cambuju
Yes, he was.
O'Malley.
Yes, he was.
I beat him with the chain.
We call him Black Kimbu. Oh, blacks.
Oh, man.
The joke is we're not racist. It's that Joe Biden is racist. You fucking idiots.
Have you heard Joe Biden speak recently? He's got that old man cough.
Yeah.
And then my mom criticizes him. He'll be trying to talk and he can't say shit, so he'll just stumble over his word.
He's got brain damage.
And he'll have to stop and cough. She's like,
it's probably because he went out fighting all those black guys in his youth. He's got CTE.
She's like, listen to him. He can't stop talking. And I'm like,
have you listened to Trump?
I'm like, he's an old ass man, Mom. I mean, you're a couple years out from coughing between every fucking word too.
I like Trump and I like Joe Biden, but for different reasons. I'm not going to tell you why I like him. I dislike both of them too.
Let's just put it this way.
I think they're funny.
Yeah. So I was thoroughly entertained by Trump. Thoroughly entertained by Biden.
Yeah, because it's all going down, man. It doesn't matter.
Look,
I just want to laugh while the ship's burning.
I don't agree with either of them.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny. What I'm saying from the Trumpers in my life is the criticism on Biden, but they won't acknowledge any of the stupid shit that Trump did.
It just flips. It's just like one side is pissed off, and the other side is like, oh, shut up. And then the other guy gets in, and they're fucking, the other side is pissed off.
They don't
and the
acknowledge.
other side's like, get over it.
They don't acknowledge any of the shit that Trump said.
He lost.
But the second Biden says something stupid, and I promise you, he said tons of stupid shit.
Yeah. They want to jump all over his nuts.
Oh my God, did you hear what he said?
He said Negro 5 times.
My dad is kind of flip-flopping. He's like, Trump would still be president if he didn't say all that stupid shit. And I'm like, so you're admitting it?
It's so fucking funny to me because for fucking 4 years, that's all anybody from the left could say, or that's all they could talk about was like, he didn't even win. He's dead. Fucking popular vote. You're gonna let the other, and it's like, that's the fucking system. That's the game that they were playing, and she lost.
Yeah.
And now it's the same thing from the fucking Trumpers. Look, he won.
Yeah.
He won, man. And the fucking left are doing the same thing that the fucking right was doing. Get over it.
Don't you love that?
You lost.
Don't you love that not my president shit? And it's just like, oh.
Fucking. Guys, how is this solving anybody's problems? You refuse to meet in the middle anywhere.
Well, it's embarrassing that the way the sides flip flop too. You can't say you're right wing, can't say you're left wing.
No, because that means that you're a crazy person. If you're left wing, you're a crazy person. If you're right wing, you're a fucking crazy person. Hey, you just have to be like, I'm an independent.
Everyone has a different idea of what that means as well. It's insane.
That's what I mean. Like, if you say you're left wing to the wrong person, then they're like, oh, so you like eating babies?
Yeah.
You like bathing in the blood of virgins?
Apparently, if you listen to Joe Rogan, he gives neo-Nazis a platform, and he's a bigot.
All right, let's wrap this bad boy up. Zach just had a baby.
Oh my gosh, my beautiful baby is returned to me.
Mainly because my bladder is super full.
It's okay.
Silent
I'm surprised you held her for so long.
Holy night.
Got quality time with Aunt Becca. Oh my gosh.
All is calm.
She's still out. Look at her.
All is bright. Round young virgin mother and child.
I don't know the words to this song.
You remember? No, it's from. I mean, yeah, that is the song. But like, you remember that Hellbenders episode? Chris O'Neill and Zach.
Christmas comes just once a year. One thing I need to make very clear. I don't want that fat reindeer lover in my house. So this year we're going on lockdown. Gonna board up the windows, brick up the chimney, poison the milk and cookies, the precautionary. Decorate this pipe bomb like it's a Christmas tree. That's what Christmas means to me. Christmas comes just once a year. One thing I need to make very clear. I don't want that fat reindeer lover in my house. So this year we're going on lockdown. Gonna board up the windows, brick up the chimney, poison the milk and cookies, the precautionary. I paid Macaulay Culkin to booby trap this bitch for me. That's what Christmas means to me. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for listening to the podcast.
And Happy New Year. All right, get out of my house.
I'm glad we ended on some political shit.